Welcome back to Hershey Bears Hockey on Fox 43, and we are joined by a special guest, legendary broadcaster Don Stevens with the Rochester Americans. Thank you so much, first off, for the time. And kind of a strange day for you, I guess, emotion-wise. Take us through today, because this is the last regular season game, but we're not sure quite yet what the Amerks are going to be doing for the postseason.
Well, obviously, on my part, I would love to finish on home ice, but there's no better place than right here in Hershey to, I guess it's very symptomatic, if you will, of the years between Rochester and Hershey that it'd be here. Very appropriate.
Well, the traditional rivalry, as you just mentioned, when you come to Chocolate Town, I mean, the old barn, Hershey Park Arena, I'm sure takes you back with a lot of memories, but, you know, what are the things that kind of jump out to you? Not necessarily specific moments, unless you want to share some of those, but when you come to Hershey and it's the Amerks and the Bears, I mean, it just ratchets it up another level, doesn't it?
Well, the smell when you come into town, you know, I gain 12 pounds every time I drive into town. So, no, I just love it here. And, you know what, we've been bitter enemies on the ice. But the thing I'm always impressed with is the treatment that I personally receive from the people, the fans, and the staff here with the Hershey Bears. Going back to Frank Mathers and Doug Yinkst and back to those guys, I've always been treated so well, and I really appreciate it.
You know, how about the game itself? What kind of changes have you noticed about the game through the years too? When you
obviously
watch it broadcasted?
It's become a whole lot younger, and let's say more skilled. We had some pretty good bench clearers between Rochester and Hershey over years gone by, and there's not quite that much anymore. It's a very physical game still, but on the other hand, the young skill has vastly improved. I think that's probably the biggest difference.
And then finally, I just want to ask you about the hockey community. It's somewhat small. It's global, but it's somewhat small. How many people have reached out to you and just kind of said congratulations and job well done?
You can't tell me the hockey world is small. After the last couple of months, it's just, I'm getting messages from all over the country, actually all over the continent through Canada and the United States, and all the people that I've met, and I've actually been working in this business 58 years, and so beyond the American Hockey League, and that the people I've met over the years it's just incredible. People I haven't heard of or seen for, at one that called me that I hadn't seen him for 50 years, and it reached out. So the sports community, the hockey community isn't small, it's huge. Maybe it's quiet on some fronts.
Well, we thank you so much for the time. You're going to be missed, a giant in this game. We really appreciate it, Don. And we'll be back with more from our intermission report here on Fox 43. Hershey Bears Hockey right after this.